Welcome to the tier list. This is very anticipated. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see this, so I'm going to be ranking all the Deadzone Classic PvPers. Not all of them. I'm actually missing a lot of Deadzone Classic PvPers, and that's because I haven't fought a lot of y'all more than like once, and so I can't get a good gauge on how good you fight, and therefore I would not be able to rank you accurately. That leads me to my next point, that these people who I am ranking, I have fought multiple times, and I'm going to use actual reasoning and back up all my points when I rank them, unlike all you other fucks who made a tier list. I'm just kidding. Y'all probably had reasoning, but I'm gonna try to use the most persuasive, deductive reasoning I can so that this is the least controversial list ever made. But if I put you in a bad tier and you come into my comment section and whine at me, I'm gonna fucking clown you. Moving on. So, we have PvPers from all three generations, technically all four. I'll get to that in a second. And from all different skill levels and backgrounds, all that. So I think we should just start with the greats, if I may say. The greats in Deadzone, in my opinion, are these people who, for their time, had a skill ceiling, and they were the one person to pass it. The one person to be so far above everyone else that they really were untouchable. And that is Glory, Civilian in a Box, and Target Eliminator. So we'll do Civ first, because he's from the first generation. Civ was the first player to hit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000 kills. He kind of pioneered car PvP, and a lot of people in the first generation knew him as kind of this deity for how good he was. But that was back then. A lot of his style relied on first person. He didn't really get into, actual car PvP. If he were to fight anybody from today, he'd probably get his ass beat. But for the greatness factor, he can go in mid. He would not beat me. Oh yeah, I should have explained these rankings. He would not beat me. He would not be as good as me. Decent, maybe. I think if he picked up the game again, he would get good quickly. But as it stands, mid. Moving on to Glory. Glory did play this game more recently, and while he was drunk, he put up a good fight. While he was drunk and using the AK instead of an M249, this was a few months ago. He hasn't played in months, but he did play, and he told me that the only way he can stand this game, Deadzone Classic, is if he's drunk. And while playing it, we fought multiple times, and his aim is still insane. He can shoot under the car faster than most people, and his M107 placement is still better than like 90% of the player base. And back then, if we're talking about the second generation when he was in his prime, the skill ceiling that he broke was simply just shot placement. And he was so much better than everyone else. If you look at the footage back then, he could hit snipes in third person with an M107 like it was nothing. Meanwhile, I can barely see the pixels that are on the screen. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in decent, because when we were 1v1ing, I was winning more, but he has a certain skill set that I can't match. Like, I think most people can't match. Actually, I'll put him in as good as me. Sure. I can't match some of the things that Glory has done ever, and that's just how it is. And then we have Target Eliminator. Target is the the king of the third generation for PvP. He's very, very strong aiming wise. He has a good sense of fundamentals, all that. He's pretty much the full package for car PvP, built off the backs of these two fools. So for that reason, he goes in better than me. When he was in his prime, he was taking 1v5s. He was easily competing against the best PvPers at the time. So yeah, he goes in better than me. Sure. All right, now we can kind of just go crazy because we got our three main ones. So let's just go from the top. 16x Elite. I'm sure a lot of you people don't know who this is because he was from the first and second generation. He was friends with Glory. He was friends with me. He's a homie. And was he good? I think the same situation as Glory, where at the time car PvP wasn't really fully developed, and I'm gonna throw him in decent because his aim was actually very impressive. He just didn't have the fundamentals of how, Deadzone PvP works, and that's fine. Alright, anyways, I'm sorry. Moving on to Abu. Abu is actually surprisingly really good. He's as good as me. Most of the time, if I fight him, I'm dying behind my car, so it's not really easy to rank, but no, he's actually really fast, one of the faster PvPers who plays this game, and his aim is pretty good. It's pretty spot on, so he can go in as good as me. Ace. I fought Ace a few times. The furry. I know y'all can't see his avatar, but this man is a furry. Or woman. I don't know. This person's a furry. Honestly, I haven't fought them enough to say with complete confidence, but it's probably in between Sheiks and Mid. They don't play often. In fact, you're going in Sheiks because you don't play often enough. I, barely get to fight them. When I do, it's a pretty quick fight. Yeah. Anyways, Troya, AK Locke. I know you can't see his name. This is Troya. He was another person similar to 16x Lee who played in the second generation. I think a lot of people, like IMAD, would probably know him. A few other people, you probably remember him. AK Locke was pretty cool. He might have hacked, too. I don't remember if he hacked. Either way, Mid, because I don't think he knew anything about PvP in Deadzone Classic. Alright, here's a big one. Area. Where am I going to rank Area? In his prime, since we are ranking off of these players' prime, Area is the type of person to peak in a predictable yet non-predictable way. If he's peaking, he is using all three peaks very effectively, and he's really making himself look predictable while being unpredictable. And I think that is an impressive skill, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I'll say is his aim is not the best, so it makes up for it. And he's also not as fast or aggressive as somebody like Target in his prime. So if he got more effective pre-meds off, better timing with that, his peaks are already perfect. He just needs the aim and maybe some practice with the M107. I think he'd be fantastic. But at the moment, I think Area in his prime is probably barely as good as me. That's what I'll say. Alright, Artemis. Artemis. The third leader of TTK, one of the biggest figures of the second generation, an absolute homie, and is still in our community today. He just doesn't fuck with Deadzone, obviously, because it's horrible. So how good was Artemis? Well, Artemis, later on, actually, later in his time playing Deadzone, did learn some car PvP. And in the latest montages that he made were some car PvP clips with other players on this list. Were they good? Not particularly. The main thing is he had an AK instead of an M2, at least from what I remember from those clips. And running an AK has its benefits, but you need to have good aim. Did Artemis have good aim? Yeah, I think he does. He plays CS. He's got good aim. He's got, good peeking and stuff like that. I'll put him in decent. Because, honestly, if he had kept playing, he'd be an amazing player probably now. Just for how long he's been playing. But yeah, Artemis... I know this is not an opinion-based list, but Artemis is my favorite person that I've ever met in this entire community. So, shout out to Artemis. Him and Heaven, both, are great. Speaking of Heaven, we'll do Heaven next. Heaven Crystal, same deal, except Heaven has better sniping abilities than Artemis, but not as good car PvP. He did not car PvP as much as Artemis, but his sniping was amazing. He had clips of him sniping people from across the map. It was wild. I was very impressed when I got to play with Heaven, because he would get into situations where I'd be like, he's gonna die, and then he just walks away. He's like, okay, cool, I'm done. So Heaven's aim is also very good. These two, probably about the same, decent for both. So yeah, and also my two favorite people. Congrats. On to Arthur. Look at that. The picture of him says he's playing Deadzone. Arthur he got pretty good, but what holds him down is the fact that he has hacks. And someone who has hacks is automatically not as good as the PvP or above, because if you spend your time using hacks, then you're not spending your time getting better at the game normally. And therefore, your skill kind of suffers. Arthur is a very good car PvPer. His aim is also pretty good, but he's not better than me, so he's decent. I'll give you that. He's not bad, he's not good. Thanks, Arthur, for understanding. Moving on, Babana. Again, this is not judging my opinion on people, so when we're talking about just skill level, Babana's pretty mid. Let me explain. So, before he left, he was better than me, but then he left the game, and in that time, I got better, and obviously, he got worse. But if we're talking about in their prime, Babana played with Snowy and JJ Easy Cool all the time, and they would PvP, I'm assuming, a lot in private servers. And with Snowy being one of the best, with JJ, he was also really good, it's natural that Babana got really good, right? Well, in my time fighting him, I did not experience a real fight very often, but when I did, I was dying behind my car. So it's really hard to judge somebody's skill level. But Babana, I will say, is faster than most. In fact, I'll put him in decent, sure. He's faster than most. He's faster than the other people that are in decent. He's as fast as Arthur. And it's really nothing special beyond that. But it is interesting that he did kind of train with, the best of the best. But he's still mid. So, anyways, moving on. Black Boy, Fudge Man. That's my guy. I'm gonna bite this in the ass real quick. He's better than me, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Black Boy probably has the best aim in the entire community right now, and he barely even plays Deadzone. He's also faster than me, or as fast as me. His peaks are faster, and he now is good at comboing the M107 with the M249, which is a whole other threat. And with how good his aim is, his M107 placement is amazing. And he's the type of person to really pick up patterns quickly. And so if your peeking is in any way, shape, or form a pattern, he will pick up on it very quickly and kick your ass, which I think is super impressive. And again, his aim is better than me. I'd lose to him even when he's drunk on 4 cores. Not 4, like 4 packs of Coors Light. So, yeah, Black Boy, you going better than me, because you are better than me. Congrats. Alright, this is Boy Panat. If y'all remember Boy Panat, he did play a bit in the 3rd generation, mainly a 2nd gen player. He was decent. I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, it's been a while since I fought him, but his car PvP, I don't know if it was anything special because I actually saw him camping a lot. So, since it's been so long, I'm putting him in mid because number one, I don't remember how he fights exactly, and number two, he just camped, and somebody who camps is a big red flag saying I fucking suck at car PvP and I'm too scared to go outside. So that's where you go, boy Panat. I'm sorry if you see this. He's probably not going to. I wonder where he is today. All right, here we'll do the Squeaker Squad next, starting with, well, I guess CJ Smith isn't really part of the Squeaker Squad, but he was friends with all of them. So CJ Smith, I guarantee probably only like a few people who are watching this video know who this is, and that's okay. CJ Smith, I made friends with in the first generation. Before I started any groups or clans, I met him, and he was a homie. He was also homies with Sibris, Cosmic, and JJ at the time, and also Comet Fart. I forgot Comet Fart's also there, and he was also in the Squeaker Squad. At the time, CJ was actually one of the best at Deadzone. He didn't play often, but he was actually one of the best. That was back then. Now, if him back then were to fight now, he would fucking lose to all these people. He would lose to Ace, probably. We'll put him in cheeks. I love you, CJ, but you would not compete. You would not compete to a lot of these people. So, yeah. Next one, Cosmic Meatball. I think most people don't know who this is. Cosmic was a second-gen player, fought against TTK. I got a lot of time fighting him. Not really in car PvP. It was more so just kind of awkward. You get out of your car and shoot the other person. But when we would have our clan wars, it was honestly an even match with me. At the time, I was not good at the game. But when I did kill him, I tried to be as toxic as possible because I'm stupid, and he was about the same. Nowadays, since he quit, I feel like he did get better after I left. Then he started getting better, then he left and I came back. But mid, because Cosmic is mid. Sibris played a lot longer than Cosmic. He still plays every once in a while on alt accounts. Sibris, I don't think is anything special nowadays, like at all. But I mean, he did play with, like Snowy, JJ, all them. So I will put him in decent next to Babana. That makes a lot of sense to me. I haven't fought him recently at all. It's been a long time. So I'm going off of what I've heard from Snowy and all them. He's not very good if I don't see him in public servers, JJ, easy cool. This one is interesting because after I left the game, JJ got really, really good. Like, really good. And the reason is because him and Snowy would train with each other all the time. So, with him fighting Snowy, he naturally got really good because Snowy went from JJ to then fighting Target and getting good at, fighting the best of the best. And that started with JJ. And JJ kind of got good along with Snowy. So, I'm going to put him as good as me. Because I haven't fought him now because I'm a lot better and now he's a lot worse. So it's not really easy to judge. But his aim is actually pretty good. And the reason why is because he plays competitive CSGO or CS2. And so, of course, his aim is going to be really good. And it was. And I will give him that. So fundamentally, car PvP, I probably, about the same, and my M107 is probably better than his ever was. Therefore, he goes as good as me, but his aim probably was better than mine. So, there's that. Comet Fart. Comet Fart was an interesting character. He was the person who doxed Flurry's house from TTK. He did a lot of weird shit. He hacked a lot. But in the end, he did learn a bit of car PvP and was somebody that Artemis fought against in a montage or two. And was he good? No, he's pretty bad. He's ass. Again, like I said, somebody who hacks instead of instead of just playing normally is usually somebody who's bad. And he's not very good. So, there's that. Snowy. On a good day, Snowy's beating me. On a bad day, I'm beating Snowy. And Snowy, I like fighting Snowy most of the time. I'm not even like trying to PvP anyone right now because PvP's gotten really dry for me. But when I do like to PvP, I like fighting Snowy because we're on similar pings and I'm not dying behind my car all the time. But our two styles are very different. He holds right click to control recoil. I don't. He doesn't use the M107 as much as me, and he pre-meds more. But what I have against him is my M107, and I can spam a bit more with the M2. My peaks are a little bit tighter than his. If he makes a dumb decision, usually I can punish him for it. And I think he's about the same as JJ, honestly. When these two play together, they're great. But 1v1s, Snowy's great in chaotic public servers, which is something that I'm not. But on a good day, I can beat Snowy, I'd say. Snowy, don't fucking challenge me. I'm not finding out if you're better than me right now because I've been so like out of it with PvP. I don't even want to like play the game. Dollarov. Okay, with Dollarov, we have some options. This kid loses with hacks. This kid's so bad. So yeah, and I mean like conventional car PvP. Dollarov loses with Xeno on. Like how the fuck? How do you lose with fucking Xeno aimbot? You're that bad. So yeah, Dollarov, you got shit on in my montage, and you can keep crying about it. All right, Dark Gene TYX, one of the only people who I think started either in the first or second generation and is still playing today. He is awesome. I love this guy. This is one of my favorite people, along with Artemis and Heaven, who played Deadzone. He's so cool. And on top of that, he has almost 10,000 kills across both his accounts, which is insane. So for this reason, he did use ESP for a while. He doesn't now, so I'm not really going to fault him for it. And he is still great at PvP, but he's not better than me. He's good though. I do enjoy fighting him, and I have a lot of fights with Dark Gene, aka Hitman. He's great, but I typically win more than I lose to him, but he is really solid at the game. I love fighting him, and I just love him in general. Duster. Okay, with Duster, I was worried about this ranking because I really have a hard time ranking somebody who lives across the world from me, because if they're good at the game, I'm just getting shot behind my car all the time. What the hell? Duster's good at the game, but I can't really ever have a normal fight with him because our pings are so far apart and I'm dying behind my car all the time. I cannot remember the last time I died to him in a fair way. And same for him. I've killed him behind his car, but more often than not, my hit reg does not work fighting him because of the ping difference. Meanwhile, for him, it always seems to. And it's not just an aim thing. I think it is some sort of inner working magic with how the fucking hit reg works that lets him shoot me through my car and through his car. I have clips of him shooting through his own car and my car to kill me. I don't really know how to rank him. At the moment, I think I'll put him as good as me because he does stand a chance against all these people that are on this list. But in the end, it is this is the hardest ranking for me because it's so fucking ridiculous every single time I fight him. It's not fun for me. Oh well. HK14 Warrior, aka Ed Newmites. This kid, I love this kid. But is he good at PvP? At the moment, he's mid. At the moment. When he got into this game, and when he first met me, I told him getting good at PvP is a major commitment, and it takes a lot out of you, and it's very discouraging because it takes months before you can feel like you're really good. HK is still along that journey, and I think he still does enjoy playing Deadzone. Breaks are necessary, but at the moment, he has not gotten enough practice doing 1v1s to be at the top. What he is good at is 1v2s and 1v3s in public servers against random people who, they may not be the best PvPers, but they are still good. And HK definitely puts up a fight in public servers. He has great game sense. It's very impressive what he can do in a public server. So for that, I will give you credit, HK, but for 1v1s, you know, mid. The whole game really consists of 1v1s, so I have to put you in mid. I'm sorry. I love you. Felix. I love Felix. Felix is probably my favorite Deadzone YouTuber. I can't really say that. He's one of my favorites, though. Felix on Fen. Because he makes stupid shit posts that make me laugh. Is he good? Well, recently when I fought him, it was just once, and he hadn't played in months, so that's not really a valid ranking. But I think him in his prime has a very similar style to Civilian in a Box, with you're relying on good aim and good strategy without a car. So he's good at fighting campers, he's good at fighting these types of people who he doesn't have to rely on, you know, car PvP, because car PvP is a whole different beast. But when we're talking conventional first-person shooter, and you play the game like that, Felix is shining. He's actually very strong in that category. But I'm putting him in mid because it's the same situation as HK, where you're good in one spot of the game, but that doesn't carry you to the top, and it never will. Yeah. Gamer K. I have clips of Gamer K. I fought him. He is fun to fight. However, I haven't really gotten to fight him without there being a big ping difference on one of our sides. Obviously, that causes some problems with the ranking, but more often than not, I beat Gamer K, even when I'm on bad ping. So I'm going to put him in decent. He is decent. I think he'd stand a great fight against Dark Gene. I think these two have probably duked it out once or twice. Those are good fights, really. But these two are both not as good as me. So, yeah. Golden Carrot. Oh my goodness. I love Golden Carrot. What a guy. He still plays Deadzone on an alt account too, I think. His main account got hacked. His YouTube, I don't think he does anymore. I have a picture on my phone of when he added me on his old main account, and I was like, dude, this YouTuber with thousands of subscribers just added me. I was so happy. He was one of the first people who found the autoclicker dupe. I don't know if he found it or who found it. I really don't know the history of that, but he was the first person to make videos on it in the second generation, the autoclicker dupe, which then TTK used to make the 3000 landmine explosion, all that jazz. Is Golden Carrot good at the game? He played his best before he left, and before he left was when JJ was active, and when Babana was active, and Snowy was active, and I wasn't active. So it's hard to say, but he would get ganged up on by these people. Did he ever get a normal 1v1? I feel like he probably did, and he was actually pretty good. When I fought him was in the second generation, and we weren't using cars. So it's hard to say, but if y'all remember, if y'all watch that video, it's one of the most incredible things because he literally just turns on a guy mid-fight when me and him are fighting. he turns around and one-shots a fucking dude with an M107. That is actual skill. That is good shot placement. That's just it. We were in the dark. It's so hard to see. He was going off of bullet trails. So I think he's very like a smart player, good aim, all that jazz. But he just does not have enough car PvP under his belt or game sense to really stand with like against me or any of that. So next we have Gren and Jolo, one of the great enemies of TTK, who I am now good friends with. I love Gren. He's awesome. Would I put him high? Not really. He's Gren, I'm not trying to piss you off, Gren. Gren, don't hurt me. I gotta put you in cheeks, because if I'm going off of these other people, you would stand great against people like this. And you know what, Felix? No, he would do good against Felix and HK, I feel like. Maybe not HK, actually. Never mind. He'd lose to HK. And maybe Felix. Felix in his prime, he probably would lose to. Gren, I'm sorry. Your cheeks, man. I'm sorry. I love you so much. And this is why we play... This is why we play CS together instead of Deadzone. Because CS is a good game that Gren is great at. Gustaville. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Is he good at the game? If y'all remember, this is one of the, I think, leaders of the DPK clan. DPK didn't really ever do much, but this guy's very active, and he's a pretty cool dude. He's Spanish. Yeah, he's chill-ass motherfucker. He's decent. Again, a lot of these people are just decent. He's decent. I'll give him that. Hollow. Yitos in his prime. If y'all saw the 1v1, I shat on him. But we were on my ping, so it wasn't really super fair. If I'm on Hollow's ping, I think I lose more often than not, now at least, but when I'm in my prime, I think it'd be even between us. I don't know. This one is hard because Yitos he got really good really quickly. But then he kind of dropped off when he stopped playing, and then I'm kind of dropping off because I'm not really playing anymore. But I'd say if it's prime v prime, he's probably as good as me, maybe. It's hard to say. He's barely there. All right. We have Hale. Hale is also as good as me. Hale's style is unique because Hale doesn't like to use medkits. When you hit him, you usually expect him to heal, and then you get in your car and go. He's going to punish that every time, and it took me a while to get used to that playstyle, but now that I have a really fun time fighting him because it's usually an even fight the whole time. I don't feel like it's one-sided. So for that, he gets to go in as good as me. He's a really solid player. His aim is immaculate, especially like his tracking with cars is probably the best tracking of anybody who plays this game. I'm not even gonna lie. Him and Black Boy probably, and maybe Target in his prime. Yeah, his tracking is great. Hrisco, one of the members of TTK, one of the old second generation players. We love Hrisco. He's a cool dude. He's not Canadian. Who am I thinking that's Canadian? It's not him. This dude's like Polish or something. He's cool though. Back in the day, we really just played for fun. I'd put him in cheeks. I'm sorry, Hrisco. You're so fun to play with, but he really doesn't have any special qualities, and it's been so long since I've really seen him play that it's hard to say. Yeah. Cinematic. He is right in the middle of the skill level of Yitos and Hale. This is because his aim is probably not as good as Hollow's. Probably as good as Hale's. I don't know. I think Yitos has the best aim because he plays CS. I don't know why all these fucking Deadzone players play CS, but it's weird how they all have the best aim most of the time. And Yitos is no exception. He has great aim. Cinematic is faster than Yitos, has better peaks than Yidos and Hale, or about as good as Hale. And if me and him are fighting, it really is just about ping difference on who's going to win. If I'm on his ping, I'm probably going to lose. If he's on mine, he's probably going to lose. That's just how it is. So, Cinematic, you're right in the middle of Hale and Yidos. Congrats. He's probably going to bitch at me for that ranking, but I don't care. Walter, Jose Sin, mid. If we fight him, I'm never losing, even on his ping. And I feel like a lot of y'all would feel the same. He plays a lot, and I can appreciate that. I hope he gets better. He's a nice guy. He's cool. Walter, you're great. Kavad never got good. He was really he kind of gave up before really breaking the threshold that kind of cements you at the top. Was he ever decent is the question. Was he mid or decent? I feel like a lot of you fucks up here would put him in mid. I got to think about it a little bit more. He definitely did strive in 1v1s, and he kind of learned with the Maruo clan on how to play before the whole drama and shit. And learning with them, he was never as good as them, but he definitely learned a thing or two. And I think in his prime was definitely doing something. So I could put him in decent. I could put him in decent. Low decent. All right. He's okay. It's been a long time since he played, though. We're talking about him in his prime. Lyndon, the femboy. I love you, Lyndon. Not that way, though. Fuck you. He's decent. I don't lose to Lyndon ever. That's not true. I do lose to him sometimes if I'm fucking around or I'm on bad ping. But other than that, I don't really lose to him. If my hit reg is honest, I'm never going to lose to Lyndon. So, there's that. He's decent, though. Mad Cats. Only Cinematic remembers Mad Cats, I guarantee. But this kid was pretty freaking cool. He'd be Cheeks nowadays, though. with his car PvP. He's pretty dick at the game. Yeah. Mine PL. Right next to Duster. Oh, shit. He goes right next to Duster. I think WMD is not a very active clan, but it's got 3 members that are a lot better than the rest of their members, and they are they work really well together. They have great chemistry. They're great in public servers. On their own, they can hold their own. They have great 1v1 skills. And that is Duster, MinePL, and Panarno. So I'm going to rank these 2 together. Panarno does not have as good aim or really just game sense as MinePL or Duster. But Panarno does have more speed. He's a lot faster than these 2. When I fight him, I have to really speed myself up just to beat him because he's really quick on sticks. I'm telling you. MinePL is pretty fast. I wouldn't say he's as fast as Panarno, but he is fast and he's good at the game. I'll give him that. He can, on a good day he's beating me easily. On a good day I'm beating him easily. It really just varies. So yeah, these 3 WMD members are the best in their clan. I'd say Duster's the best out of these 3, and then mine, and then Panarno. That's how I'd say it. Modify, the leader of AG, and one of the big boys of the 3rd generation. He doesn't really play anymore, but he's an awesome dude, still interacts with the community, plays a lot of CS, just doesn't like car PvP, and for that, you get to go in Cheeks, Modify. I love you, but you understand. Morlang is pretty decent, I'd say. He's literally the exact same skill level as Lyndon. With a ping difference, it's hard for me to rank him, and I haven't fought him that much. On public servers, I'm usually beating him, and that kind of says something because I usually get unlucky in public servers and die. This is not one of those cases. He's the one getting unlucky when he's fighting me, so. On the same note, so is Nikora. Nikora has pretty good aim. You can't make mistakes when you're in a conventional 1v1 with him, but he is super easy to overwhelm in a public server. I have a clip of me killing MindPL and Nikora in the same vein, and Nikora was right next to me and had a chance to kill me, and he just didn't because he was under so much pressure. I think the situation was stressful for him, so he whiffed it and he died. And most of the time in public servers this happens to Nikora. I've killed him a lot more in public servers than he has to me. So yeah. Nachitos. Same exact deal. Nachitos is like a fucking carbon copy of Nikora. He's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's as good as Nikora, but they are in the exact same tier. They're both pretty good. In Chappie, 123 Dogs in My House, the ultimate GOAT, still a child on YouTube. He's great. I love him. Is he good at Deadzone? Yes. He's actually one of the best. Right now, he's not better than me, but in his prime, he probably was, honestly. I'd put him as better than me in his prime. Yeah. It's honestly fair. Tin, the Ocean Wonder. He's mid, but let me explain. The Ocean Wonder, Tin, I love you so much. He's great. He makes music for my videos. He's super talented at things other than Deadzone, which is great, because a lot of you fucks don't. But Tin is not great at car PvP because he played in the second generation when it wasn't really well established yet. Instead, he would just drive around and usually just farm noobs in the second generation because there wasn't enough good PvPers to really train against. Unfortunately, he had that circumstance, but back then, if the Ocean Wanderer had the car PvP exposure and the opponents of today, he would probably be either better than me or as good as me. He's awesome. So, yeah. Tin, you're great. Love you. Alright. Foon, the other femboy. You know what? Since you're a femboy, you can go right next to Lyndon. Yeah, I don't have much to say here because I haven't really fought Foon, but he does have the account with the second most kills in the world. He hacked for them and therefore is not with great standing with the community. Do I care? No. Everybody farms, so who cares? But Foon, since he used to hack, I don't know. He's, I'll actually put him in mid. But you're still kind of next to Lyndon a little bit, tier-wise. It's fine. Proven is a first-generation player who actually came back recently and linked up with me. He's awesome. Is he good at the game? He has not taken the time to get good at the game, so no. But a nice note is that he was actually in the Drop Bag Bandits along with Ceramatic. And back then, he was probably pretty good. Now, cheeks. I love you, Proven, but cheeks. Rancaster, the other furry. Where is Ace? He's right here. Rancaster's better than Ace, though. Rancaster can go in mid. You both are furries. Just, I want you to be together. I'm playing. Roblox Profi. Oh, my lord. Okay. In his prime, he was probably as good as me. One of the founding members of Maruo with Target Eliminator. These two, great. Geo did not play as much as Target, though, and therefore was not as good. That's just how it goes. Speaking of Maruo members, we have Rookie Number. Same deal. In his prime, he was as good as me. About as good as JJ. Honestly, I think JJ was a bit better. But I had a 1v1 with him recently, and I 4-0'd his ass. So, there's that. Yeah. Silverfish, silver and gold. This kid he doesn't play anymore. But when he did play, he was a pretty cool dude. Was he good at the game? He was actually better than me back then because I was worse back then. He was better. But I don't think he was as good as me. In his prime, as my prime, he was not as good as me. He was decent. Skiza Patrol. Skeeza Patrol. Oh man, this is an old player. I feel like a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't know this kid. He was a cool dude though. I don't know if he was in TTK actually. He was decent, but again, second generation player, came from a time when car PvP was still developing and he didn't really get the exposure that he needed to be one of the best, and that's okay. It's just, that's what happens. It's fine. Slays PKP is another person I have not gotten to fight very much. I'll put him in mid because I haven't seen him in forever. And honestly, no, he can go in cheeks. No, he'll go in mid. I could see him standing a chance against Rancaster, but honestly, not great. Sleepy Salad. This kid. I could expose him right now, but I'll do that in one of the history videos. Was he ever good at the game? No, he's cheeks. There you go. I haven't fought him much, so I can't really use a lot of reasoning with this, but I'd say he's not very good. I know y'all can't see really who this is. This is Snack Bar. Before he left, he really didn't learn much car PvP, and he lost to Linden in the original tournament. So for that, mid, maybe like low mid. Snack Bar's cool though. Yeah. Sneaky Steve God. Right next to Sleepy Salad. You both are like twins to me. And you're both mid. Sorry. They're both from the second. Well, no, they're from early third generation. They just never got good at car PvP. So, yeah. Okay, y'all can't tell. This is the only account that I know of that is for Original, the YouTuber. He's awesome. This account is called Deadzone Reaper. We're just going to call him Original. Original is actually like a real PvPer. He takes this shit seriously and he knows what he's doing. He's like, I haven't fought him recently, but if you look at like his montages or stuff, he kind of knows what he's doing. And he's better than like most of these people. So would I put him in as good as me? I don't know. He's really on the border here because I can't really say. Can't. So I know I said I'd do my best to use deductive reasoning to accurately place all these people. I don't really know how good Original is. So yeah. Strawberry Sheep. Probably in his prime better than me. Sheep probably had as good aim as Black Boy and target. Maybe not as good as Black Boy. No, probably as good as Black Boy. Sheep was a really strong player. Nowadays he's as good as me because he's washed. But even that says a lot because like he's washed and he can still stand a chance against the best of the best is impressive. So yeah, congrats, Sheep. Tapo boy. This is an old second generation player that a lot of people don't know. I think him and Ocean Wander they played around the same time or near the same time. And I think Tapo was a bit better than Ocean. Tapo's aim, even though he didn't car PvP, his aim, if he were to learn it now, he would be better than like a lot of these fuckers in this tier because his aim is very good. I think he'd get good at the game very quickly. Tita Blue, right next to your two boyfriends over down here. Yeah, these three, they're all mid. They never really learned car PvP. Not mid, sorry, cheeks. They're all bad. They really never learned car PvP. Sleepy Salad, Sneaky Steve God, and Tita. Oh, one thing though, actually, I forgot to mention, Sneaky was actually in the Dropback Bandits. He's a first generation player, but he was mainly active in early third generation. Was he ever good at the game? No. Back then, no. Absolutely not. He quit during the second generation for the most part, and he was never really active. So, you three are down here. The true tryhard, Vein Petals. He has better aim than me, but is he better than me? No, he's mid, but he's a cool dude. And if you see him, say hi. The true tryhard. capital TTT. Vane Petals. He's a nice guy, but he's in the group of people who aren't really memorable at PvP, but they can still hold their own. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'd put Vane Petals at. Tux in his prime, right next to Silver. Nowadays, loses to me. But he's really fun to hang out with. I just think he's hilarious.
Okay! Yo, that is not cool, bro.
That's it. Tux, hi. Hope you're doing well. Tiz. This has been long awaited. I should have done this earlier. Tiz is as good as me. Let me explain. When we fight, me and Tiz, when we did our first to 5, it was even the whole time. I think I lost 4 to 5. So there's that. And we were on, I think, his ping, but our pings are very similar, so it didn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, he's good enough to where if we're in a public server and we get in a fight, that fight will usually go so long that somebody will third party and kill us both. So he's as good as me. Tiz is pretty good. Y'all underrate this motherfucker. He's pretty good. Y'all not very tactical, are you? Is Vertex, and he's mid. He doesn't really play the game much. He's pretty mid. If y'all don't know who Vertex is, he's the same person who was in my talent show video, the cinnamon inhaler. That's this kid. Yeah. That was a great video, and that's where he is in the Deadzone tier list. VX1. I don't really know who this person is, to be honest with you, but I have fought him. Mid. Willbot 2000. Willbot is a really cool dude, but really all he ever did, he was a notorious crane camper. He was from the 2nd generation. When the crane came out, when Alpha released that update and made that a part of the map, Willbot would sit up there and just snipe at you all day. Cheeks. He'd never learned card PvP. Zendrite. Oh my lord. Zendrite was one of the better TTK members. Really cool dude. Very good aim. This dude was a fucking gamer, bro. He's one of the people, I'll put him next to Heaven and Artemis, because these three were all in TTK and kind of had the same deal where they were just starting to learn card PvP but didn't really know it. But like, they have actual skills and they would learn card PvP really quickly if they were in the environment that we have today. Bluebit. I think Bluebit is an older player, and for that I actually respect him a lot. He said I was easy, but if we look at this clip here, this fucking moron wide peaks and doesn't know what he's doing, so he's mid. Because he can play in public servers, he has experience in actual card PvP, but he's just not good. Sorry, Bluebit. I have respect for you, even though you said I'm easy. I'm better than you, so get your ass kicked, you bitch. Alright, this one is a bit hard to explain because as you can see, it just says 123. This is 123 ZCMC. It's just that his main account got banned. But 123 ZCMC was a member of the Dropback Bandits. He has great aim. He quit, but in the 2nd generation was one of the most hated people because he was a bit of a dick to everybody. I was homies with him. He's cool. I like him. But he really never got great at card PvP. I think he was better than the other 2nd generation players though. So he can go right there next to these 2nd gens. Yeah. Who should we do last? Oh yeah, for Para too, because I forgot to put Para on this list. Para, I would put him in like mid. He's okay. I beat him in a 1v1 though. Hi Para. I'll do Zamune last. Deadzone Z2, he is as good as me. He's known for shooting me through my car, and it pisses me off all the time, and it also makes it hard to rank him. But as many kills as he has on me, I have on him. As many fair kills, because he shoots me behind my car all the fucking time. I don't count those. It's bullshit. But he's actually really good. I'm gonna say this now. Deadzone is the best at pre-medding than anybody who has ever played this game. That's a large claim to make, but he is. His timing is better. He pre-meds all the fucking time, which is so annoying, but I can't deny that it is actually a talent. The fact that he can switch between his gun and med kit and getting in his car as fast as he does. It's impressive. So, there you go, ZZ. There's your fucking spot right next to me. And finally, Judgement. Judgement was better than me in his prime. Before he got banned, he was on the same level as these greats right here. Judgement is the GOAT. I love you, Judgement. I want to play Borderlands 3 with him again, too, because that was fun. That's besides the point. But Judgement, if you see this, I want to play Borderlands 3 with you. But yeah, this is my list. I think some of these could definitely be switched around for sure if I thought about it more. I tried to keep this video like under an hour because ranking does take a long time, and I want to give good reasoning while also still keeping things timely. So this is the list. I could see myself switching some things around, maybe using, even more deductive reasoning. But this is how I feel about the primes of all these players, I'd say. And as for me, I'm just right here. I am as good as me. So, yeah, if I missed you guys, like I said before, it's just because I really don't have enough experience fighting the people who I don't have ranked on here. And so I don't feel comfortable ranking them when I can't give a valid opinion on it because I haven't fought them. So that's why we're missing a lot of names here. But we got all the main PvPers. We got the members of Marua. We got some members of TTK. We got members of Dropback Bandits. We got fucking the leader of AG here. We have the big figures of the community, but we don't have everyone. And it would be a big pain in my ass to add more people to this list. So don't bitch at me in the comments for it. But this is the list. If you guys want, this is public on tiermaker.com. If you want to go make yourself a list and screenshot it, I'd be happy to look at it and judge you for it. But other than that, this has been fun. I hope you all have a great day. Yeah, peace out.